welcome to yet another episode here at Mascardi Kenya. And today, I'm with my co-host, Edwin Geibel.
So today we decided let's do a hot hatch video. We have a couple of hot hatches, but you could call this a sportback technically, but it is a hot hatch. So we have the Audi A3, MK7 Golf, BMW 116i, and the A180. So which one do you want to start with?
How about you start with the yellow beauty?
Okay. So when it comes to Audis and Golfs, this is the MQB platform. Both of these are 2014 cars, and they're both powered by a 1.4 liter TSI engine. So 122 horsepower, 122 horsepower. It's virtually the same car underneath. Suspension is all the same, brakes is all the same, tires, whatnot, all the same.
So okay. What would you say sets them apart?
The badge.
The
four rings versus VW.
Understood. So right here we have our next hot hatches. 1.6 liter, same as the A180, which is a 1.6 liter. These are all powered by the A180. How many horsepower?
1.6 liter engine, 130 something horsepower. 1.6 liter.
136 horsepower.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about to check what's under the bonnet?
Sure, but before we go there, the main difference out of all these is this is rear-wheel drive.
The black beauty, clearly.
Yeah, so you can pop the bonnet on that. I'll do this one. So with this being the 116i, 1.6 liter, it is an inline engine, but it's a longitudinally opposed engine. Okay. You get that? So this, the Mercedes, the Volkswagen, and the Audi, those are all horizontally opposed engines. So the main difference, because this is a rear-wheel drive car, with it being longitudinally opposed, the gearbox sits behind the engine. While with these ones, you'll find the gearbox, actually if you look down here, you'll see where the engine ends, and the gearbox is on the right side of the engine. Okay. And the same applies to both the Volkswagen and the Audi.
And it being longitudinal, what benefits?
So the reason the BMWs make it horizontally opposed is it's a rear-wheel drive car. Okay. For it to be rear-wheel drive, it's way easier if they put the gearbox behind the engine, so they can put a drive shaft to the rear axle. That's it. But the good thing about the Benz, you can get it with the 4MATIC system. BMW has the X-Drive system, but if you want to get all-wheel drive in both the Golf and the Audi, you'll have to step it up and go for the R models. So the Golf 7R comes with all-wheel drive, and the Audi A3 comes with all-wheel drive, but they call it what? 4Motion for the Golf and Quattro all-wheel drive system for the Audi A3. But apart from that, you know, if you look at all these cars from the front, they all stand out in their various ways.
Yeah. We could first say, what is the best looker? I would go for the A3 Sportback.
A3 Sportback. I think the BMW looks very good at the front, and I think this one is because it's an M Sport.
Yes, actually that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
The 169 is an M Sport.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the Sportback is an S-Line. So what next?
If you look at the Golf, you know the Golf is a very, very tame look. Golfs are known to be very tame, but on the inside, trust me, you guys might actually fall in love with the Golf once we actually.
About that, how about we check interiors? In the A180, and I must say,
it's fairly average.
Average. Average is not bad.
But you do have some nice features. Like if you're a guy who likes a sunshade, you do have a sunshade and panoramic roof.
And don't let people get into your head. You know in Kenya how they say debris will make the sunroof get stuck. Enjoy your sunroof.
Actually, this one doesn't open. It's just a panoramic roof.
Enjoy your sunroof.
But the risk that you might face is objects falling and breaking the glass. But come on, you have to have some fun.
Yeah, once in a while. And we're not telling you to actually worry about it, but enjoy the features, right? Yeah. Talking about features, tell us more. Do you?
Okay, so with it being an A180, this is the 1.6 liter.
Yeah.
So in terms of spec-wise, there's not much, but it is an AMG line.
Yes.
So you do get these nice bucket seats.
Bucket seats.
And if you do see, there's some really nice
red stitching. And it's the headrest is integrated with the rest.
Yes.
Very nice. And don't forget, it has leather. It's part leather, part suede. Yes. How cool is that? And don't worry, maintenance. Not a
worry about
worry.
maintenance.
Not a worry. And it's dark
Dark
colors. Don't worry about that.
And it is a bucket seat, so if you're going round corners,
Yeah.
you do get held in place, which is
The
a
whole
plus.
point is it's supposed to hug you. Well, we can say this is a town car,
Yeah.
right? Because you don't want to get it messy, dirty. It can be a daily drive.
It would work perfectly as a daily driver.
Yeah.
And the person that I see this car is more suitable for is a lady.
Okay. Tell us why.
Why? Okay. So if you look at this car, it's very, very unique.
Very unique.
And you know how ladies like being unique. So,
Unique.
So why not go for an A180 because it's very unique. And the look. So at the front, it has those nice DRLs, the Mercedes signature look.
Yeah.
So very nice DRLs at the front, and the rear looks amazing.
It's just feminine.
So the interior of the 116i M Sport. And again, we're being honest. This is bare bones BMW. There's nothing special in here. If you're someone who's used to BMWs, this is a perfect car for you because you're already used to it. So it's like a miniature version of your 3 Series, 5 Series. Yeah, and everything is very, very accessible. The thing that most people struggle with, especially in the new to BMWs, is how this works. The shifter.
The gears, okay.
So it's a very, very weird setup. Like personally, I'm not used to it. So you like move it and it tells you, drive.
In short, what it's telling you, this is all about class. When you're sitting in the BMW, it's all about class. It's sophisticated in its own way. And the best part about it has the iDrive infotainment control system, right?
Yeah.
Which is very workable. If I was to say, between all the 4 cars, what's the easiest infotainment system?
It has to be the Golf.
It has to be the Golf?
It has to be the Golf.
We'll check that out. However, you know how high-rated the iDrive system has been.
Yeah.
Right?
And it does have so many options and so many settings. So if you're a tech geek, it makes so much sense. Because you'll be in traffic one day and you'll be like, oh, this is new?
Yeah.
What does this do? Like if you go to navigation, you'll go to maps. And it tells you all your vehicle information. If you go to vehicle information, it actually has an owner's handbook.
It does.
So if you're driving around and you have a certain error, all you have to do is go into your owner's handbook and check what's actually going on. So you'll search how many entries I want to check on something called clock or whatever.
All right.
And it's going to show you what this does. So once again, my seat is set towards my position. So yeah, before I go, do you guys think that I'll fit? Whoa. Okay, this is it's still cramped.
It's still cramped.
It's still cramped.
Okay, but someone like me, yes, I'd be perfectly fitting right.
I'm trying to figure out how to get. Does this have an armrest?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't have an armrest.
That's another thing, and it doesn't have the back. What do you do? Back pocket.
Back pocket.
Yeah. However, this is a very beautiful car. Very, very, very straightforward.
Yeah, you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for. Now
And actually, before you continue, remember how I talked about this is a longitudinally opposed engine?
yes.
So the disadvantage of that, this is going to be slightly funny, but there's a channel down here, right?
Yeah.
So this is where the propeller passes
Yes,
towards
yes.
the rear. So you can imagine if you're like,
Sit.
well, yeah.
Wow.
So if you're going for a long road trip and you're many guys, this is going to be you in the middle seat. So you
And
don't
clearly,
want to be
you
here.
don't want it.
Don't want
However, I'm telling you, this is for you who's starting up. This is for you who has that one child. This is for you who wants class and just simplicity, but not having
And driving pleasure.
driving. Oh my.
You want driving pleasure. If you're driving a BMW, you're going to have the time of your life.
And in fact, for that matter, please, if you want us to have a driving experience,
Yeah.
please comment.
Down below.
Yes.
Tell us, hey, Michelle and Edwin, could you guys go on a test drive? And
So let's check out the Golf.
Yeah.
Ed, can you see me smiling?
I am too. This is a whole different experience from the A180 and 116i. This feels so much better.
Why does it? Spacious. Look at the brown tan leather. Oh my gosh. As in, let's not forget, we have a sunroof.
And it actually does work.
A plus. A plus, a plus.
So this is a fully loaded Mark 7 Golf TSI. I believe it's a Highline edition, and you have all the features. Like you even have adaptive cruise control and active lane assist.
Notch high. Like this was a notch high.
This is way better.
From the sixth generation
to the
seventh generation, totally different.
And if you notice, I have electric seats.
Ooh.
I think it's only on the driver.
It's only on the driver's seat.
But this is so much more.
Even the
nicer.
display.
Like the infotainment system on a Golf.
I mean,
it's so intuitive. Like I can imagine if I was someone who had never been here before, this would be easy.
I'm amused.
Because if you want radio, all you have to do is click on radio.
Did you even know if I put my CD, I can save all the tracks from the CD onto the memory.
Onto this, I believe what do you call that? Jukebox. Yeah. If you go to media, source, so it actually stores, and you have your Bluetooth, SD cards.
2 SD card slots.
This is perfect.
I mean.
I wonder how the Audi will.
Right? Tell me about those features again. You were talking about.
Oh yeah, so this one has active lane assist. So it's a system. If you look at my display, I've actually activated it right here. So imagine I'm driving and the car is able to see the lanes.
Yeah.
So you know how the lane has markings?
Yeah.
So in theory, if you do release the steering wheel, the car should maintain the lane.
Interesting. How about the sensors? Once you get off the lane, you know?
So the car will either start beeping at you for you to regain control, but it's going to try and steer you back within the lane.
Amazing.
Yeah. Also, active cruise control.
Perfect.
You know how old school Benzes, I believe in roughly 1998 to 2002, Mercedes came up with this system whereby you're cruising on the highway and it would follow the car in front of you. It would match its speed.
Yeah.
This does that.
Aren't I just impressed?
And the thing I do love about it is everything is where it's supposed to be.
It is. And you didn't actually say the center console faces
the driver.
The driver.
It does.
It's so interesting.
This is perfect. I now understand why many guys are going for this.
Yes.
Let me jump into the back and see. Keynote in range.
Wow. Mr. Crumple ain't Mr. Crumple anymore.
Not anymore. This is so much nicer. And I have my cup holders, I have my armrest.
Yeah. However, I feel like having moved from the 6th gen to 7th, they would have put the cup holders on the center, on the tunnel.
I believe in the 6th generation, the cup holders were right here.
Actually, that's true. Because I find it very funny having to support yourself and yet you're having a drink. Or you understand?
Okay,
that's something I feel they should work on. Don't you think? Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
But like from back here, I'm so comfortable. It feels so much larger than these other cars. But if you look at the dimensions, like you will find these cars, the wheelbase and the width, they're within an inch of each other.
Really?
Yes. So you can imagine how Volkswagen were able to develop this car and make the most out of it.
Okay.
See, it's not raining. Probably something is freaking out.
You're done to it.
There it goes. But this feels premium.
Premium.
So here's the thing. The Golf might not look the best.
Yes, the exterior, definitely.
But when you're buying a car, you should consider that you're going to spend majority of your time
in the interior.
Inside. But it's they all have pluses and negatives, but I believe this one has more pluses.
Plus. Since this is the mother company, how about we check the baby?
I believe that's a Queen.
That's the Queen? Really? Let's check it out.
We've literally just stepped out of the Golf into the A3, and I'm more confused. I don't know what to choose.
I am amazed.
So this is the MQB platform Audi A3 from 2015. So it's the Audi A3 8V. And
oh, please, tell them what that is, please.
It's just the notations on different models. So the old A3 was the 8P.
Yeah.
The older one was the 8L, I think. So this is the 8V.
Ah. Yeah. We're moving up there.
Moving up.
Order.
Yeah, and this is not any regular A3. This is an S-line. You see? S-line.
S-line.
So you get different seats, you get a different steering wheel, if you notice. Yeah, so it's a very, very sporty steering wheel. And with the paddle shifters,
I'm just amused. They say Audi have one of the best interiors, and it's true.
This is fantastic.
We have a pop-up infotainment screen.
Yeah.
Like, who does
So
that?
here's the deal with the display. So let's say you're trying to be discreet. There's a button that you click and the display goes
And
away.
it goes down.
If you want it back,
Yes.
just
There
click
we
it
go.
and it comes back up. This is so much.
I am, and also if you haven't realized, I really like dark interiors.
Yeah.
Really nice and posh. However, this one doesn't have a sunroof, but
So actually the S-lines come with dark interiors.
Yeah.
If you go into the regular A3,
Yeah.
it will probably have tan
the
interior
tan-
like the 7 Golf.
okay.
But I do believe if you're after an A3 or an A4, A5, whatever Audi, if you can get an S-line trim model.
So when we
That's
were
a
in the
plus.
A180, I asked you if you prefer this seats or the A180.
I prefer this.
I told you.
I prefer
they
this.
hug you better.
This is
It's amazing.
this is amazing.
It's and genuine. I'm telling you, everything is tough.
Like-
Tough.
just listen to this.
Beautiful.
Beautiful sound.
Quality.
And considering we know it's a 1.4 liter TSI engine, it's also very reliable.
Yeah.
122 horsepower, which is enough. You're going after this, you're not looking for speed, you're looking for
Yes.
power. Just a reliable, economical, convenient car. I'm very surprised what Audi and Volkswagen are doing, because very many people would say the Mercedes and the BMW are at the top of its class.
Yeah. Mhm.
I think there's been a reversal.
There has been.
There has
There has
I'm fairly confident I'll fit, because as I said, both of these cars share the same chassis.
Yeah, they do.
So let's see.
Golf and this.
Go from this here. Okay. It's not bad, but I
not bad.
still feel
The Golf takes the trophy.
I had more space in the Golf.
Ooh, now
Oh.
that concept is what I was talking about.
This you like.
That I like. Oh, there's more space.
Yeah, so you could hide your documents or phone.
Hey, I'm so amused.
This is actually pretty, because you remember with the Golf how she said that
Yeah.
with you having an armrest here,
Yeah.
your cup holders are literally here.
Yeah.
So you couldn't really.
Yeah.
But this.
Plus.
Okay, so Michelle had something she was saying when we were in the Audi. How will rate all these cars out of 10, right?
Yes.
So what's the first rating?
For me, let me talk about cabin space.
Mhm.
I'd go for the Golf takes the trophy, followed by the Audi A3,
Okay.
and the BMW and Mercedes are on the same.
So it's actually, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4.
These are
Okay.
like twins now.
Yeah, they are. And actually, these two cars are very similar. 1.6 liters
Yes,
on
it's
both.
so funny.
But when it comes to reliability, I'll start with the Benz.
Perfect.
I believe the Mercedes is most reliable,
Yeah.
and you could joke around it as how many times will you see a Mercedes broken down versus a Golf.
Yeah.
So Mercedes are very simple cars to work on, and there's so many technicians locally who understand that platform. So in terms of reliability, this is the most reliable,
Okay.
closely followed by the Golf and Audi,
Audi.
and the BMW last place.
Let's not go and talk about flatbeds, please.
No flatbeds. But at Mascardi, buy with Mascardi.
Maintain with Mascardi.
Yeah, so don't worry about that if you're to shop around for any of these cars. We'll take care of you.
Yes.
Then
So-
also, I'll talk about refinement,
Ah,
materials,
quality.
quality. What's your answer? What do you
For
think is
me,
best?
honestly,
Uh-huh.
the Audi takes the trophy.
The Audi is, I don't know what these guys do. They probably put some sort of crack in there that makes you addicted to it. Because you'll
Interesting.
get
they're
into-
the same.
Yeah, but you'll get into the Audi and you'll be like, my next car needs to be an Audi.
Exactly.
With the Golf, I didn't feel that,
4 rings.
but the Audi wins. But the Golf is followed. Second place, these two.
Well, they're the same. Honestly, they're the same.
Yeah.
They're twinning. They're twinning all through. And we must say all 4 hot hatches are one of the best. However, we have to rate them according to the different, what can we say?
Advantages, disadvantages, what we actually liked about it, what we
Yes,
hated about
because
it.
it serves you differently. My
Yeah.
purpose for buying this vehicle is different from yours.
Yeah.
So, please.
Actually, let's rate them out of 10. Okay, so let's start with the Audi.
Audi, for me, takes an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
8 out of 10.
Actually, agree on you. With
Okay, perfect.
So,
Let's go to the Golf.
let me say what I'd improve on the Audi. I'd give it more power.
Okay.
So,
Since it's a 1.4.
1.4.
Prefer
I'd
a
probably,
2.0.
or a 1.8 turbo.
Okay.
Yeah, because they are available. You can get it with that. But if you ever want them, also at Mascardi, we can get them for you. The Golf, I'll give it a 7.8. Very close to the Audi.
Okay, I'll give it 7.5.
7.5. For this Golf, I feel it could look better.
It could, and I think it's reliable as well as
It is, it is.
However, the exterior,
it's very, very normal. It's a normal looking car. Then
there's the 116i M Sport.
and the Mercedes. Wow.
Let me start with the Mercedes. I'd give the Mercedes a 7.5 as well. No, 7.3.
7.3.
You know why?
Mm-hmm.
The interior and the cargo space took it off for me. However, it's still reliable, as you said.
Yeah, it is.
And a looker.
It does look good.
I mean, this could serve you a while.
It does look good.
The BMW. I give it a 7
So,
out of 10.
BMW, wow. It just didn't do it for me. This is what I was looking for. Maybe I was a little bit biased, but it didn't excite me as what I thought it would.
Has its audience.
Yeah, but I do believe driving pleasure with the BMW takes it.
Perfect.
It does. So for me, I'd give the BMW a 6.5, and I'd give the Mercedes a 6.5.
Twinning.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching this. This has been a pleasure. This is Miss Nyawera.
And Edwin?
So we're here at Mascardi. You don't want to miss buying one of the best hot hatches in town. Stay tuned.